Here.
All right, we have quorum.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the proxies?
Motion to approve proxies.
Motion by Senator Twing, seconded by
Second.
Senator Archer. All right, all those in favor of approving the proxies signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed, same sign. All right, proxies are approved. We're gonna move on to unfinished business, starting with resolution 23S006 Cornhole Club.
All right, can everyone see it?
Yes. Well, I can. I assume everybody else can. Hi. Wait, no, I can't.
It's
I
still
don't-
the agenda.
Yeah, I shouldn't have lied.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yes. Okay, so I read this last week. I don't think I need to read it again, especially because we all can read it easily this week.
Any motions?
Motion to vote.
Motion by Senator Else to vote,
Second.
seconded by Senator Twing. Okay, roll call vote.
Sorry, guys, it's kind of hard to go through everything, so.
Would you like me to run a poll?
I'm on it now, so we should
Okay.
be good.
Okay.
Okay, Alarape,
Aye.
Archer,
Aye.
Cantz,
Aye.
Dominguez,
He says aye. Aye.
thank you. Dumont. Else,
Aye.
Fernandez.
Aye.
Hewitt. Jurens,
Aye.
Kessinger,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Lockwood,
Aye.
McCollum. Mendez,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Quigley,
Aye.
Rust,
Aye.
Seekman, Twing,
Aye.
Wee,
Aye.
Van Ruler, Proxy Jerky.
Aye.
It passes.
All right. Moving on to resolution 23S0. Oh, I left that in there. That was supposed to be out of there. Sorry. Moving on to new business, resolution 23S008 GAFAC letter to BOR.
Marshall Schleich, resolution number 23S008, presented on the 22nd of February, 2023, originated by the GAF Allocations Committee, presented by myself. Whereas the student portion of the GAF Allocations Committee, GAFAC, has determined the FY24 GAF budget will have a significant deficit. And whereas a GAF fee increase has been deemed favorable by the Finance Office of the University, and noting student association approval is not required for a GAF fee increase equal to or below inflation, and noting GAFAC has drafted a letter to the South Dakota Board of Regents petitioning for a GAF fee increase equal to inflation for FY24, and therefore be it resolved by a majority vote of the Student Senate and the signature of the Student Association President that GAFAC be given approval to send a letter requesting a GAF increase to the appropriate recipients at the South Dakota Board of Regents. The Student Association Senate will also formally explain to the Student Association the reasoning for the increase. Along with this, if you close out of this.
I actually gave you permission to share your screen if you need to.
Yeah, I put it in the folder if Senator Call wants to pull it up that way.
Okay, perfect.
Don't need to switch. It's called GAF petition draft. Are you able to pull that up, Senator Cole?
Yeah, sorry, I'm good.
Okay, no problem. So basically, what we're asking with this is to have your guys' approval to move forward with sending a letter to the South Dakota Board of Regents. As of right now, this is the draft for the letter. It's probably not going to be exactly the final thing we send, but the ideas and the intent behind the letter will be pretty much identical to what's in here. So I'll just read it briefly to you guys. So it's the South Dakota Board of Regents. In preparation for the drafting and ratification of the FY24 GAF budget for South Dakota Mines, members of the South Dakota Mines Student Association Senate have been tasked with forming our own budget that best benefits students and campus. We have come to an informal agreement with the University Finance Office on priorities and goals. Namely, our funding for student organizations, SOAP, has been partially reinserted under direct GAF funding after being omitted for the past 4 fiscal years. However, despite our best efforts to create a balanced budget, we cannot achieve all our funding goals without serious financial backing from the Student Association Reserves, which is an unsustainable model. The Student Association Reserves will cover half, if not more, of the student organization funding this fiscal year, as it did last fiscal year. It is projected that this can only occur once more after this fiscal year. With rising utility costs from our student union, a more expensive student health contract through Monument Health, and increased demand for student organization funding, our GAF income simply is not enough. Attached, you can find a breakdown of our budget deficit. In short, South Dakota Mines needs a GAF increase. We request, and this part's subject to change as we understand what inflation methods are needed, but we request a 2.4% CPI increase to keep pace with inflation, which would yield approximately $70,000 for FY24, a small but much needed boost. Students would only increase our GAF rate from $4.96 to $5.79, a $1.19 increase per credit, which would extend to only $35.71 extra fees to students per year, assuming a 30 credit school year. Thank you. So that basically the ideas that are behind this letter is what we would be sending to the Board of Regents, and basically trying to get a meeting where we can actually go through our budget deficit, explain a little bit about what's happened the previous years, and present a plan to them to move forward to a place of financial responsibility and sustainability. So I guess, does anybody have any questions? With this resolution, we're basically asking if you guys if we can have the backing of the full Senate when we send out this letter.
As long as you keep us up on how much we're going to increase truly, then I'll be fine.
Yes.
Any other questions we have here?
Yeah, so this is Sam Kessinger. I assume that there's a date by which this needs to be in.
Monday.
So are we trying to vote on this today?
Yes. So I would.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. I just wanted to understand. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm on board. I get it. I knew there was a time pertinent aspect here. I just wanted to make sure everybody else knew.
I will also just add on real quick. So myself and Sam Schleich, we're meeting with Vice President Spindle tomorrow morning at 8:30, just for a quick little half an hour rendezvous, just to kind of clarify some of these numbers. Sadly, CFO Leonard can't make it, potentially, unless the flight gets canceled. So I found out the 2.4% CPI is indeed what it was pushed down from the state to the Board of Regents to us. So I don't know where the state came up with it, but that's what we're going for. There's a few things within our budget that we're looking at. I guess the biggest thing is what was being, there's some misconceptions about Surbec Utilities and about where those numbers were coming from. It was found out that a lot of the numbers Corey was getting that were in like the, over $100,000 range. That was the total cost of Surbec utilities for Surbec. So it was including parts of the utilities that the Rocker Shop pays for, that dining services pays for. I'm assuming some of the other offices up there paid for. So it is a lot. It's better than we thought it was, but there is still quite a bit deficit as far as they didn't have the drama director included in the GAF budget that finance office had proposed to GAFAC, and they didn't have the increase for student health that we had been talked about right at the beginning of the semester, as well as any more money to help us cover SOAP is perfect. But any other questions? Senator Ellis.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend rules by Senator Ellis,
Second.
seconded by Senator Rust. All right. All those in favor of suspending the rules signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. All right, rules are suspended. Any motions?
Motion to vote.
Motion by Senator Ellis to vote, second by Senator Twing. All right, roll call vote.
Right. Sorry, my internet is kind of bad. Okay, Olarape,
Aye.
Archer,
Aye.
Cantz,
Aye.
Dominguez,
Aye.
Dumont, Else,
Aye.
Fernandez.
Aye.
Hewitt. If someone could tell me what he types in the chat, my Zoom is not up here.
Aye.
Thank you. Jurens,
Aye.
Call, aye. Kessinger,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Lockwood,
Aye.
McCollum, Mendez,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Quigley,
Aye.
Rust,
Aye.
Seekman, Twing,
Aye.
Wee,
Aye.
Van Ruler, and Proxy Jerky.
Aye.
Passes.
Awesome. All right, moving on to resolution 23S009, GAFAC recommendation 2. Also, after new business, I'm going to go back and we're going to approve agenda and minutes because I completely blew past them. All right. Resolution, Marshall Schleich, resolution number 23S009, originated on the 22nd of February, 2022, originated by President Marshall, presented by President Marshall. Whereas the general activity fee, GAF, is a mandatory fee paid by students at South Dakota Mines that supports student functions related to the co-curricular and extracurricular activities and operations and payment of debt incurred for the construction, maintenance, repair, and equipping of student unions, athletic facilities, and wellness facilities as approved by the Board of Regents. And whereas South Dakota Mines Policy V-A-2 establishes a GAF allocation committee responsible for allocating GAF funds. And whereas South Dakota Mines Policy 5-A-2 states voting members of GAFAC shall consist of student association chief financial officer, 5 students appointed by the president of South Dakota Mines upon recommendation of student association senate, including 1 graduate student. And whereas there is a vacancy on the committee that must be filled, and noting Ryan Cantz, Samuel Schleich, Abigail Van Ruler, and Samuel Kessinger have already been selected by President Rankin to serve on GAFAC, and noting Samuel Kessinger fulfills the need for a graduate student. And therefore, be resolved by a majority vote of Student Association Senate and signature of the Student Association President that Patrick Rust be recommended for appointment by President Rankin to the GAF Allocation Committee, GAFAC. Any questions?
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Ashton, you author on this because I'm reading the resolution. So it'll just be all those in favor say aye, and that sort of deal of suspending rules.
Sorry, I was talking, but I didn't unmute it. All those in favor of suspending the rules, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, stay of sign. All right, passes. Move on to, or I guess, any other motions?
Motion to vote.
All right,
Second.
motion by Alarape.
Second.
And second, was that we? Or Cantz, second by Cantz. All right, any other motions?
Or is that seconded?
Or, sorry, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so just roll call. Yeah.
Alarape,
Aye.
Archer,
Aye.
Cantz,
Aye.
Dominguez,
Aye.
Dumont, Else,
Aye.
Fernandez.
Aye.
Hewitt.
You said aye.
Jurns,
Aye.
Call, aye. Kissinger,
Aye.
Lewis,
Aye.
Lockwood,
Aye.
McCollum, Mendez,
Aye.
Paulson,
Aye.
Quigley,
Aye.
Rust,
Staying.
Seekman,
Aye.
Twing,
Aye.
Wee,
Aye.
Van Roller, Proxy Jerky,
Aye.
passes.
All right, thanks guys for that. We're just gonna go back. I made it to agenda. I made a small change to the agenda by taking off the resolution that we approved last week. Is there anything else we need to add or change on the current agenda? Seeing none, agenda is approved, unanimous consent. As far as minutes for last week, everyone get a chance to look at those. Any issues? Okay, seeing none, minutes are approved, unanimous consent. Moving on to open discussion. Anything for
My
open discussion?
apologies for my tardiness, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Do you have anything for open discussion or just that?
Nope, just an apology.
Okay, no, you're good. Anything else for open discussion?
I want to say thank you to Senator Rust for helping us backfill GAFAC.
I will second that. Anything else? All right, see none, moving on to CFO report.
Hey, yeah, a lot of things going on. Another thank you to the whole finance committee for a successful Saturday, and thank you to you too, Cody and Sam, even though he's not here, for showing up and giving great input. Thank you, Pat, for leading the charge on that. We've started going through all the budgets and our notes, and have started making the initial allocations to the different clubs. Once we finish that, we'll see what number we land at, and we'll see what number GAFAC lands at for the total SOAP allocation we're going to go with for next year. And we'll have to see what that means if we're above that number. Most likely it'll be a direct cut, percentage cut across the board, whatever we need to get down to that number. If you guys have different ideas on that, feel free to message me. I expect to have the SOAP resolution to Senate by next week. We're going to meet Sunday and then Tuesday again to get through all those budgets. The GAFAC side, I think we're making some really good progress. We're going to send this letter, and we're like Cody said, Cody and Sam are meeting tomorrow with Dr. Spindle to nail down some numbers. And I think by the end of next week, we'll have a much better idea of where we stand financially and be much more confident in those numbers. And then we've gained a lot of confidence over the last week, though. And then next week, there will also be a supplemental coming our way for $750 for a club. But yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you guys for everyone who's been putting in a lot of work on those committees.
Any questions for CFO Leonard? See none. We're going to forego VP report. I'll just throw everything in mine. So moving on to President's report. So first, I'd like to start off. Thank you guys for bearing with me with this whole Zoom. Had we not had resolution 22-008 and 009 on the docket, I probably would have just given you guys a free pass for the week and had a snow day. But we have to get that letter out to the BOR prior to Monday. Very close to the wire. I didn't know about this. None of us knew about this deadline even going into this semester, let alone that we were going to have this tight of a budget. So yeah, we're going to go work hard on that. I do have some pretty big thing to cover for tonight that I'm hoping you guys might be able to stick around for, or we can get worked out. So some information came from Caleb Wayland with Student Federation to Sam just a little bit ago. I'll read that out real quick. Hello all, I'm in Pierre for House Bill 1079, which is going to be heard tomorrow. There's an attempt to kill the bill, which will leave no funding in the G bill for us. What that means is we get nothing. We cannot and will not lose this fight in the 11th hour. We all take 5 minutes and email as many legislators as you can. I can send you a draft email. Get your friends to email, your parents, student senates, cousins, really anyone with a pulse. We need to get this bill over the finish line. Yada, yada, yada. He sent off a draft email, which I'll be sending out to you guys. We need to reach out to legislators, right? We've worked very hard on this, especially student affairs, discussing this, getting student opinion this last fall. And everyone that went to Shed and everyone that stayed for Mines Day. I think we need to work hard to see this thing through. I'm going to go through and just kind of get, I'm trying to think of an easy way to do it. I don't think there's really an easy way to do it. Right after this meeting, I'm going to try to, I might ask for some help from some folks to try to go through and get all the legislators' names and emails down from the website. I'm going to create a doc in the Teams, and then I want to divvy those up between everyone for today. So send it out. It'll probably be there's 100 legislators, 28 members of Senate, or 27 members of Senate. Should be about, yeah. So if you guys would be able to kind of stay near your emails, kind of that hour following the meeting, I really, really, really appreciate it. So we can get this thing over the finish line. If the roads weren't so bad, I'd be driving over to Pierre tonight to go testify on this thing. But I prefer not to get a ticket from HIPO. Other than that, yeah, in a report. Any questions? All right, moving on to international report.
No report.
Okay, any questions for Senator Fernandez? Seeing none, moving on to veteran report.
The only thing I have to report is a reminder for the Nemo Outhouse race that's going to be this Saturday, starts at 10. If you all want to show out. Other than that, I don't have any report.
Any questions for Senator Quigley? I'd also like to add on that Senate, we do have a team now. It is me, Archer, and Alarape. If anyone else like to join, let me know. I might have space for one more person in my vehicle. My wife's driving us. Our team name is now the Oval Office. I want us to wear Senate t-shirts. We're going to be using the Veterans Club outhouse. So should be a good time. Nice little, get some nice pictures for PR committee. Yeah. Graduate report.
Nothing to report.
All right. Any questions for Senator Kessinger? Seeing none, moving on to non-trant report.
Nothing to report.
Any questions for Senator Cantz? Seeing none, moving on to committee reports, starting with Constitution.
Thank you, Cody, for giving us that update about 1079. I think everybody that went to Shed kind of has a responsibility to finish the work on this. So I'm happy to help after this meeting with those documents. We still have trap shooting club, but with all this weather, it's kind of been hard today to get in touch with them. I'm expecting to meet with them before next week's meeting. So I hope that they'll be able to have a presentation for next week. If not, we'll see when they can get together with us. I'm also excited to hear that some work got done this weekend while I was not there. So I look forward to seeing the ideas that everybody had. And then that's all in the report.
Awesome. Any questions for Senator Kessinger? Seeing none, moving on to public relations.
No report.
Okay, any questions for Senator Else? And seeing none, moving on to governmental relations.
Petitions are due next Wednesday at 5 p.m. And so if you're running or your friends are running, tell them that they should campaign a little bit. So it's fun. And yeah, end of report.
Awesome. Any questions for Senator Drins?
That's just for president, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sidebar on that, when do we need to get the petitions for senators go out that Wednesday as well, right?
Yes.
Or the next Wednesday?
Maybe it's the next one.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm not sure.
Okay, sounds good. No further questions. Moving on to student affairs.
Thank you to everyone that worked the booth for Spirit Friday, last Spirit Friday. It was successful. I think we talked to a lot of people about running for student senate, and I think it was very effective for that. So definitely looking forward to continuing that conversation amongst students about getting more people running. So the open forum, tell people if they're interested at all to come to that open forum. They can ask whatever questions they want, and that will be the March 7th. Yeah, that will be the day before petitions come out. So I think that's everything for right now.
Awesome. Any questions for Senator Call?
Yeah, I think we talked about this before, Cody, and Senator Call will probably have to talk about this a different time, but we will want to set up a open forum for the GAF budget stuff once we know what we're doing a little better.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll talk and get that figured out.
Yep.
Awesome. Any further questions? See none. Moving on to any campus or ad hoc committees. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Any upcoming Senate business? Besides Nemo, I didn't put that on here, but Nemo outhouse races. Someone wants to go. I'm buying the drinks. I'll buy it. And there's food out there. It's a good time. There's a chili cook-off. Okay, if anyone gets the itch to go race an outhouse between now and Saturday, hit me up. I can still get you on our sheet. Any announcements?
Yeah, I have one, not Senate related, but ASME and Pi Tau Sigma, which are like the ME Professional and Honor Society, are hosting a campus-wide egg drop challenge. Basically, there's going to be with a little bit of a twist. So there's going to be a target that's like 75 feet off of the CBEC balcony. And so besides just dropping your egg, you're going to have to try to chuck your egg out to that distance, or however you want to try to get it out there. And that was originally going to be this Friday, but it's been moved this Monday. So it's this Monday at 4 p.m. Campus-wide email went out about it. Free supplies in the library if you want to make anything and enter anything into it. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there. It should be a kind of fun and easy thing to do if you have an hour one day and want to do something creative.
Awesome. Any other announcements?
Yes. You want to go?
Yeah, it is a question for Senator or CFO Leonard. With egg drop, I just wanted to know if there's any restrictions for what we can build.
Yeah, so there in the email that was sent out, there is a list of rules. If there is no restriction given by the rules on what you want to do, then assume it's free game. If you really, as long it has to be safe. If you have any questions, though, you can always email. In the email, it says what email to contact if you have any questions. But there is no rules. I won't spoil any ideas, but there are probably a lot of easy ideas for landing directly on the target, as long as you can get your egg to survive.
I'm gonna step out real quick. Someone just hit my car, so.
Okay. All right. Any other announcements?
306 days till Christmas.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Thank you, Wesley. Also, I'm going to be keeping this meeting open after this, just as whoever wants to stick around and kind of help get that whole list created for the emails. Also need some help kind of changing the draft email from Caleb Wayland to be a little more personalized for mines, and then kind of getting people allocated. So this meeting will probably be open for the next probably hour, 2 hours, at least on my end. So feel free to come back later if you guys are getting ready to send out some emails. I'm going to try to get some stuff out. I'm just going to send out a whole roster of who's emailing who a little bit later. For those South Dakota residents, I think I already have your districts. I'm going to try to have it so you're emailing your reps, just so it's a little more impactful. But yeah, other than that, any motions?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Senator Wee, seconded by
Second.
Senator Alrape. All those in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, meeting adjourned. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.